Hello everybody, Krydax here. Welcome back to our full BZ Plus playthrough where we have started to get into the true late game here. It's been very nice to have increased production rates on lots of things and fusion power. We now have our second fusion plant up and running. We finally got some more oil shipped in, so that should be good for a while. We are still having power struggles a bit. I think that's mostly due to not having enough power. I did go ahead and build some more accumulators, but we need a lot of accumulators to have enough rate to help deal with this. And I did build another stack, taking my bots a couple minutes here. And yeah, at this point, it's just the regular Factorio stuff, you know, get it bigger and better everywhere. I do want to get chunk mining going eventually, but we need better fusion power for that. And we're 17% of the way done with this. And once we're done, it's going to be very nice. We can start doing DT plasma, but it'll have to be a minute before we can do that. Now, the other thing I need is productivity on all of this, which we weren't able to do it when we started, but I think we should be able to get there now, or at least close to it. So it'll save me some resources on red circuits, and then we'll need to do the same for all of our oil. Did we already do oil? It looks like I did, actually. Yeah, everything except lubricant, which isn't even hooked up to anything. Is the second bank of accumulators connected? It will be once they bring over the substations, which is taking a while, but they'll do it. Yeah, there they go. Okay. So, things are moving. Moving and shaking. What's the issue here? Not enough greens. Not enough graphite. Okay, so graphite becomes a problem again. Let me take a look at that. I think it's time for graphite belt number 2. Because this ain't enough. Also, this... Gosh, I swear, I keep thinking and intending when I upgrade one of these to make it blue, but we haven't. So... And I will make everything blue eventually, but I can't afford that yet, so... Okay. That should help a bit, but we still don't have enough graphite, period. So what we need... Because wasn't there a second... Yeah, there is a second graphite belt. We'll do output priority left on that. That'll be output priority right. Is that how we want to do it? That's input priority left, though. I don't know. The important part is once I come here, I'll just balance it again. Okay, so now we work on the second actual graphite belt here. So the second graphite belt will go on the bottom one here. And then come along here. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Okay, so that is graphite. And why don't we have it... Where does it need to merge first? Well, hold on. I think I want this... Is that right? No. No, we also need this. There we go. Okay. So then that will come alongside and maybe join up, I don't know, somewhere around here. Just to join in. Okay, now the issue becomes not enough input ore. There's absolutely nothing I can do about that without another belt of input ore. This is where things get tricksy. Man. Another belt of input ore is not quite something we were expecting to need. So that's a bit of an issue. I guess with graphite, I don't even really need the ore, do I? I should... You know, this is an interesting one. Because it's not smelting, and it doesn't require anything, I should just be smelting the graphite, or assembling it on site. I should just be putting graphite in trains instead of shipping the ore all the way here. Technically, this is a denser version, slightly, because of productivity, but it's not a big difference, and it would have simplified things a lot. I never thought about that. Because graphite, flake graphite itself has no purpose other than just to become graphite at a 1-to-1 amount. So I really should never have transported flake graphite anywhere. Heck, graphite's even denser in terms of stack size, so my trains would be more efficient. I don't know if that's something to worry about right now, though. The other thing is I might be getting more than 45 on this. So how the heck do I get a second? We're gonna have to spaghetti pretty hard here. Okay, now, nice thing is the way this is all set up, we can do this. Let's see, that'll be double extended. Hey, what's up, Evelinament? Hello, and welcome. This is not Bob's Angels. This is the BZ set of mods, like the very BZ, all of Brevon's mods put together. I didn't actually install very BZ though, because that has some different settings, but this is all of the possible BZ mods you can install. Alright, now that can handle literally 2 full belts, if we can have such a thing. We don't have enough input, probably. But what we can do... Yeah, this can only support 15 even. I'm interested in using the advanced ones, but we need DT fusion before we can do that. But we're 30% of the way done with DT fusion, which does mean it might be worth I'm just pulling the trigger on the rest of the yellow belts. Yes, there's a mod list in the comments on all of my YouTube videos, or a link to a paste bin with all the mods. There might be a... Have I added any more? I don't think. If I've added any more, they're the more minor kind of types. And then I also have it, I think, posted in my Discord. The same link. But, yeah, I want to start doing some of the chunk processing. I just don't have enough power right now. So we're going to have to wait on that. So what I might do is start getting my DT fusion ready, fully. Ready for prime time. Unless something really runs out. I think our stuff is running smoothly at the moment, right? Stone, I guess, is pretty low. What's going on with stone? Stone from trains is pretty weak right now. Didn't we do another stone load? We did. Ah, that one needs some moho mines. That's why we're weak. There's still 108,000. It's just not very many patches. I guess some speed modules would help up there too. I might do that first. I'm also gonna switch to... How many research packs will this take? Okay, not very many. It's like 800 of a detour. And graphene is pretty simple. And then I can get more exoskeletons and whatnot. So we'll do a little bit of a research detour real quick. And then back to the DT fusion. Do I have moho mines on me? I have 5. Should be enough. And we will look at getting the prioritized fusion stuff, or the heat exchangers. So I need 2 more of these. And what I'm going to do is switch to having 2 of these. We're going to need a lot of these magnetic pipes as well. So I'll just preemptively craft some. And then I'm essentially going to have 2 of these for the plasma heaters. Or one for the plasma heaters and 1 for everything else. I have some interesting thoughts as well. Should I just use the tritium one to power both plasma heaters? But we kind of need the deuterium to be prioritized to use up the deuterium that we have first, because that's what produces the tritium. I'm having thoughts. So what I might do then... this is always an issue, isn't it? Yeah, we're not going to be able to moho mine on that one yet. Okay. We will speed those up. That'll help. That doubles their pace alone. And then this one should be able to moho There we go. Okay. So that should help with my stone issue. That went from essentially what was probably about 7 to what is now about 20. So I think that'll be enough or close to enough. Anyway, back to this fusion thing. What I'm thinking is we need to get prioritized. So what if the deuterium one went to power both plasma heaters? The one that heats both of them. But if that's not enough, then we're going to have an issue again. And it might not be enough. I mean, each one could just power its own plasma heater with priority. But then I have to set up some more complications. The other problem is we have megajoules and we also have gigajoules as two different fluids. So if I hook up megajoules and gigajoules to either input, will that work? And I think it might, actually, because they're different input slots. I'm not totally sure. And then I could just have one of these, and it would only throw gigajoules in there if we ran out of megajoules. And then essentially I wouldn't even need any of this attached to the main base for the D to T fusion reaction. Because the D to T, where is that? Is it actually not in here? Oh, interesting. I would have thought it would be somewhere in this. So the D to T fusion reaction is this one. So it's still deuterium plasma, so this step remains the same. And then we get less power out, but we also get tritium out. So somewhere between 200 and 300 megajoules out, plus tritium. So those megajoules need to get used up, essentially. Because if we don't use those, then we're not going to get the tritium. And the tritium is very important. And then the tritium goes out and gets mixed in with deuterium gas made from over here into the DT mixture. And then the DT mixture gets turned into DT plasma, and then that gets turned into beautiful gigajoules. So I think I will make another fusion heat exchanger that only exists to power the plasma heaters, and we'll have some sort of pump tank interaction, I don't even know, that will prioritize using up the megajoules from the DT, the tritium creation, over the gigajoules from the tritium. And I think that should work out. And then we'll prioritize the gigajoules going to the plasma heaters before going to the base. And then we can have a separated power grid that actually tells us real numbers, along with prioritizing the tritium breeding over the tritium usage. And I think if we do all of that, our base will be happy. And power will be happy. And everything will work out happily. Nice little fairy tale ending there. So first step is one more of these. So iron, tungsten, steel, plastic, concrete. Iron, tungsten, steel, plastic, concrete. 1,000 concrete. Get rid of a bunch of ores. I accidentally got rid of something else I probably needed. Iron, tungsten, steel, plastic, concrete. Do I really not have tungsten to 200? I should just have that. That's fine. And then steel. Is that enough? Yes. Plastic. Okay. do have tungsten, so there we go. So another fusion heat exchanger, and then I will need more of these, which require bots to bring me things. I definitely have stuff I don't need, which is making the issue worse. Okay. Get some more undergrounds. Oh, copper cable's kind of annoying. I could hoover up a bunch over here. And that will save me some cable crafting time. And then Power Armor Mark II is going to need some electric engines. I don't think we have any of those. Did we put electric engine? No. I should have a request, but doesn't it need 60? No. Just 30 graphene. Okay, so graphene is the only thing we need, which is graphite, water, and sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is pretty much anywhere nearby. Here's a bunch. So we'll just have a basic, make a little bit of graphene. Oh, it's probably a chemical plant. There it is, graphene, sulfuric, water, graphite, graphene, done. What's the exchange rate? 1 graphene per graphite. That's pretty good. Speed, 6 seconds apiece. Not very fast, but that's fine. Alright, that'll get me some graphene, and that'll get me my Power Armor Mark II, which will be very nice. And then we're back to the DT Fusion research. So Power Armor Mark II gives us more inventory and 10x10 grid, which is twice as big as a 7x7. So that should allow for 4 exoskeletons. Am I not providing electric engines? I'm not. Let's fix that. And then I could research the fusion reactor too, because these produce only an output of like 20 kilowatts. And the fusion reactor does how much? I just don't know if I want to spend more. Produces 750, which is equivalent to 10, 20, 30, 32. So it's about twice as energy producing per square. So that'll be worth it once I need it. But honestly, I think a couple batteries go a long way towards fixing it, because there's a lot of times I stand still for a long time. So. Alright, now that shouldn't be the case anymore. Okay, good. It figured itself out. I was like, I put some of those in my trash slots. Okay. I also need 30 low-density structure, so I'll go grab some of that off the belt here. There we go. And a few more graphene. Are they ever going to bring me electric engines? What's going on here? Okay, they did. Right as I was asking the question, they did. And there we have it. Power Armor Mark II. Let's go. Empty this out. And then wait a few more seconds. Ta-da! Alright. Beautiful. More inventory, always a good thing. Put everything in there. Try to arrange things a little bit nicely here. Maybe I'll go for 3 more batteries just so it looks nice. Start with another XO. This can just go in the trash. Never need that again. Okay, so we'll do 1 more XO. The batteries are filling up over here. Those will take a while to charge, for sure. And then I will put solars here. So I need 9 more solars. I guess I could do 13 more solars and 1 more XO. So 13 solars. I have those solar cells somewhere. Did I happen to... No, I did not. Where are they? Oh dear. Will I ever be able to find them? Solar cells, solar cells. Here you are. I did find them. Oh, the sunglasses are from the Afraid of the Dark mod. They are perfect night glasses. So, it essentially... The main reason I use this is for streaming, because when things get dark, the quality gets worse and it just doesn't look good. Honestly, if there was just a mod that said, it always looks like daytime, but it's for solar panels, it still has the day-night fluctuation, I would get that mod. If that mod exists, let me know. I don't know what it's called if it does exist. Because the day-night cycle, as much as I like it when I'm just playing on my own, it really gets in the way of things looking proper when you're streaming. Okay, I need 11 more. 10, 11. Check. And I will run out of energy, for sure, if I spend too much time moving. And it's not even daytime right now. So we might need to switch out my 5th XO for 8 more panels. We'll see if the ratio works out in the long run. But anyway, let's go look at the fusion stuff. I fixed graphite. So fusion is going to require more of these containment pipes for sure. So I'm just going to get those going. And then this needs to switch to the DT breeding. I need to move it back a few tiles. I guess I could move this forward a tile or two. Oh, shoot. This isn't gonna work. Okay, never mind. Well, no. It's not gonna work. Will it? Do I have any way to read values? No. I can't hook up wires to this. But I can activate and deactivate the pumps. I can make these. So... I guess... this is getting a little hairy. So we'll just have to have the 2 pumps, and this one will just always be active by default, and the other one will only activate... What am I trying to say? I guess this one will never have to be 2 different things. I will just be able to remove all this once we have DT Fusion going. It's the one over here that will need a bit of priority for the gigajoules. So we will prioritize pumping gigajoules to powering the plasma heaters, and then maybe if we have a certain amount of tritium plasma, DT plasma, then we will activate the other pump to pump it to making power. I think that's what we'll do. So I will have to move this all back a few tiles. I think like 4 tiles, which I think will work fine. This should be able to scoot back, and I have a bit of space before the fusion runs into the electrolyzers. These are going to need to be different anyway once I get tritium, so... Okay. And then we're going to have to do some fancy connection and deconnection. I might move the tritium... I might move both plasma makers over here. And then I'll delete all of this. I'll have one heat exchanger, but it'll be back here. Do I even need a third heat exchanger? I don't think I do, because we're not going to need one at all for the DT. The DT breeding produces a small enough amount of megajoules, it'll always get consumed powering the plasma heaters. So I actually didn't even need a third one of these. It's kind of funny. I wasted resources. Go me. Oh well. Okay, so we need a new activity to take up a minute here. Let's start with some more accumulation. And then... Module 3s? Anybody? Is that a good idea? No. We're not even backed up on Module 2s. Gosh. Module 3s, though, they are 10%, right? I'm not making that up. Yeah, that is a big boost. How long would it take for Module 3s to pay for themselves if I put them in something like blue circuits? It's going to take a long time. That's going to take a long time. Because, I mean, you know, if I need 20 of them, that's costing me 100 prod 2s and 100 blue chips and 100 red chips. It's like over 1,000 red chips, basically, easily. And it would take a long time for that extra productivity bonus. You know, it's 0.16 red chips more. That's going to take, you know, 10,000 red chips made before it even comes close to paying for just the red chips. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure if I'm at that stage yet where it's worth it. Okay, good news is this is working properly. These are not running, which worries me a little bit. Is that good? How does that want? We lost a connection. There we go. Okay, so we actually need more here. Oh, reverse factory, Brandon. Yeah, I don't play with those types of mods. Same with the mod that lets you mirror fluid connections, because it clutters the recipes in the game, which can have a few different negative effects. In a smaller modded game, it wouldn't matter at all. But when you're playing with a bunch more mods, it can start to affect, like, Hell mod gets way slower, and the game loads slower. If you're using recipe book, that'll make the loading. So I just tend to prefer not using the things that add a bunch of recipes, even if they're hidden. Oh, look. Look at this. We actually have red circuits. Build up. The heck? I've never seen that before in my life. It's beautiful. Oh, silicon. Look at that. Silicon's the issue. Okay, 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 okay. How do we help silicon be better? It is an issue of stone. So, thing number one that I could do is productivity. Thing number two I could do is use chunk mining on stone. Thing number three is set up another train station. Is there stone anywhere nearby? There is a tiny patch right there. Not a ton of stone up here. There's a big one there. Yeah, I don't think that's quite worth it. So, I think for now we just let it be what it is and improve the productivity on my silicon making. And potentially I could do chunks down here. Chunks are only twice as fast as moho mines, and it does cost a lot of power. Okay. That costs a lot of modules, but that'll help. It'll help quite a bit, actually, because there's 3 steps. 3 steps. So we're looking at... Previously, we had... I know most of you don't care about this, but I care. 1.08 times 1.08 times 1.12. So we had that. And now we have... well... Our new number is 1.12 times 1.12 times 1.18. So we just increased our silicon output by 13% for the same amount of stone. No extra work required. So that does add up. And it's not like I've forgotten about a stone mine, right? Is there another... moho mine I could do on stone, or are we maxed out? Looks like there's only one there. That's copper. Yeah, I think we've done all the stone moho mining we can. Forgot about that iron. Guess that's fine. Alright, well, that's all I'm gonna do for now, then. Hey, we're up to 70% on DT Fusion. What the heck? It's just flying by. Now this is interesting. Should I kill this? I think I should kill this. I don't want... that just broke everything, though. Stay off. Okay. I don't want that to be decentralized. I want all my silicon coming from the same place here. Okay, we are using a decent amount of stone brick, but that has best productivity applied. I think all of these actually have best productivity applied, don't they? Yep, 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 yep. Yes, yes, and doesn't take prod, and yes. Okay. So I guess mining more stone would be the best I can do. Or throwing down the old deep core mining drill. Let's try that. We'll make the first chunk processed to be stone. So I do need to bring sulfuric acid over here. I might not process all of it over here at some point, but for now, we can pretty easily connect this. Now that we've built most of our smelting, we can kind of keep this out of the way. I don't know. It'll probably be in the way at some point. That's going to be in the way of beacons. Okay. Now sulfuric. Also going to get connected down this way. Alright, that should do it. And we need a chemical plant, which we have. Okay, so we'll detach this for a second. Deep core mining drill. This is our first one. Okay, that's still not connected. There we go. So that's a fourth of the speed, but it makes 8 times as much per thing. So yeah, that works out to be... You can't use speed. Efficiency is all you get. And like I already said, I think that feels kind of cheating. Because then they're basically free. So I'm choosing not to use those. I want the power cost of these deep core mining drills to be very high. And then we've got Factory, which is... Honestly, it's going to be easier to search stone. Stone chunk refining. That can handle more than enough just by itself. So there we go. Grab that. And that's it. This can be made to go even faster. It cannot be made to go productive. And so now that's netting me 10 plus the 30% mining prod, so that's 13 stone a second, which is exactly twice as much as the Moho mine. Another way to think about it is that's equivalent to adding a Moho mine into the mix. For the same amount of original, like, patches. Okay. So there's another 6.5 stone a second for my base. And if we look at stone ore, it's not called that, it's just called stone. We should see... Okay, so 3.2k, 6.5 a second is what? Another 210? So we should see 3.4k-ish is where it settles down to. It looks like that's right around where we're at, 3.5. So, there you go. A bit more stone for the base. Just something really satisfying about watching all the ores flowing. Because they all look so similar, but they're just different colors. There's something nice about that. Oh, it's beautiful, y'all. It is beautiful. Okay, we're really close on the fusion. So I should start setting up the other stuff, actually. Okay, so what we need is... We're gonna jack things up for a bit here. So this plasma heater... Gosh, where'd it go? I do need it back. Where'd you go? There you are. Okay, so we're gonna move this back to here. And then the other one's going to be here. They're both going to be powered on their own little network. That one will move over. And then this one, for now, can stay attached, but soon will not be. Well, what am I trying to say? Soon I'll move this forwards. And these will only be making heat for this specifically. Okay, yeah, that's what we're going to do. And then this guy needs to go maximum distance this way up to here. And then point... Oh, we don't want that yet. Okay, so for now, we need to power that the same way. Soon, we will be able to do it a different way. Only 14% more. Yeah, this should work. How's our accumulator charge? 8 gigajoules? So that'll run my base for a whopping 8 seconds. That's not great. But at least it's doing this now, where it's like slowly, you know, moving down. It does accommodate a bit, which is nice. So what I'm going to have to switch is this. This is what will be spitting out. Here, it'll be spitting out tritium. I think that one's the tritium. Right? No, what does tritium look like? Does it come out the top? Yeah, that's tritium. Oh, it has an extra electron? Extra neutron? I think tritium has an extra neutron. So, tritium will be connected here. We'll have that come out. We need a gas mixer. I guess we need to craft that. 250 plastic. Oh, we run so fast. This is nice. And we're back to hysteresis. But see, this is good. It's never, well, I guess in this case it's because we're so short on power. But before, we would see this production and satisfaction bouncing back and forth, but the accumulator will keep the production maxed. We'll soak up any extra that we have for a moment. And this will just stay yellow, which is how you want it to be. Because that means you're not wasting anything. Okay, gas mixer. I'm assuming one is enough. We'll find out. Yeah, what's going on here? Why is this not maxed out, actually? Oh, there's too much. I forgot that the hydrogen sulfide can have an issue. And it does. We have too much hydrogen sulfide on each of these. So what I need to do is a few pipes and then delete it. There we go. Okay. I forgot this happened. Okay, so that one's good. This one... That's running smoothly. Not quite, actually. Oh, it's because the power on the pumps, too. Interesting. That's causing an issue. Okay, dump, connect, dump. Should be enough. At least when the pumps are working properly. Alright. Okay, so that solved that problem. Yeah, they were a little too stuffed with hydrogen sulfide. In fact, some of them might still be. Another 2. Get rid of that. 3.2k, 2.6k, 2.9, 4.3. That's definitely too much. 3.9. 2.5. That's better. Okay. Alright, so this will switch over to the DT plasma. Now, how do we get... This makes the deuterium gas. The tritium gas comes from over here, like we talked about. So that'll get mixed. This will be making the plasma... This will be heating the DT plasma. So we'll put this here. We want DT mixture. Tritium gas comes from this guy. Different fluids. Okay, guess it's that. There we go. Okay, so tritium gas will be connected. And then that will connect to here. That will heat up the DT plasma. And then the DT plasma will go over to the other fusion reactor. Sorry, to the other heat exchanger. No, to both. Yeah, it'll go up here. And that'll make more power. But this is the one we need to separate. Some of those gigajoules are going to come back over here to go into this. So we'll have to separate this out too. That's right. Okay. So we're almost there. As soon as that research finishes, we're going to need to make a bunch of these high capacities. So I need copper and gears, sticks, and pipes. Out the wazoo. Ooh, 95%. We're almost there. Tritium fusion incoming. Okay. Okay, get rid of those. Gears. Sticks are not something I'm making a bunch of in any particular place. Which I guess we could change easily enough. That didn't seem to disconnect anything. Okay. Sticks. And what else did we need? Pipes. A lot of pipes. Like, a lot of pipes. %. We're closing in. Oh yeah, 8 more solar panels. There we go. There's all 100 slots filled. And our battery charge has stayed at 100, it looks like, so at least for now we seem to be fine. I'm sure if I'm running and it's nighttime, that could run out. Our battery capacity is 180 megajoules. These only use 1 megawatt, so we have 3 minutes of sustained running on battery power alone. It's maybe not enough. I need some more batteries. 2%, 2%, 2%. Okay. I am so ready for this. So we'll have to build some of these higher capacity heat exchangers, and then we're gonna get the gas mixer going. And then we'll probably make some mistakes, and then everything will start working. So we'll switch this to the tritium. The tritium guy will start running. We'll move this plasma heater down to here. We'll have to use the magnetic pipes to move the heated plasma up to this guy, the DT mixture. So I guess I can do that first. Definitely gonna need some more of these. So this is gonna need to be up here. Okay. So, I mean, that's more or less the right idea here. Let's... And that comes out... Oh, can this make two things? Looks like it can make two things. Are those the same? No, those are exactly the same. I think it can come out here. Okay. And then we need the pipe there, there. Corner, corner, corner. And then we'll hook that up. Oh my gosh, it finished. Okay, so we are ready. We are officially ready. We need 2 more of these. I think that's it. Okay, so first order of business is change this guy to tritium breeding. There it is. So now we've got tritium gas. That's going to our gas mixer, which also needs deuterium gas, right? Which is here. Wait. Yeah, this one. Okay, and then this one needs to have an overflow, I believe, right? To this. So an overflow will guarantee... I also need to craft these. Oh gosh, it's too much. I need to automate that. 500 copper. For now, I will bump up my copper request to 500. Okay, so this guy needs to be an overflow valve. On 10. So that means we need to have enough deuterium to have gone here first before we send any to the mixer. Then that's going to make us our DT mixture. This is going to make DT plasma. That's going to flow back and do DT fusion. So I think we're good to deconstruct this. Bring it over here. You do the DT plasma. Sweet. Magnetic containment pipes. Oh, did I need one more of these? I guess we need one more of those. And then that will hook up to here. And then this switches over to DT plasma fusion. And that should get us a ton more power. It's not working. Oh yeah, because we're missing the underground. There we go. Yes! Now we have accomplished real power. Look at how fast that's heating up. For just a tiny amount. Gigajoules. Nice. Okay, so that's awesome. This will get super hot and stay super hot, and it won't need very much DT plasma to stay super hot. So once that all backs up, we will have extra power, and then I can also even throw in... Well, I can't do high capacity yet. But let's focus on this area now. Because essentially we're going to deconstruct... Well, what did we say we're going to do? We're going to leave this. This is going to power for now. We'll do high capacity once we have it. But for now we're going to leave this. This is going to power the plasma exchangers, or plasma heaters both. And I think we said we needed to move this back. Oh, I'm stuck. And then... yeah. So this is the one that will power both plasma heaters, but then we need to bring in gigajoules from outside as well to supplement. But only if we have a certain amount of tritium gas, I think. So that means, unfortunately, we're going to need to use a storage tank on the tritium gas. Yeah. Okay. So this pump is only going to work if tritium gas is less than 1,000. That's, I don't want to stock up any more than that. And then if we have more than 500, we will allow gigajoules to come this way. I'm going to need a bunch more of these. We will allow the gigajoules to flow into our heater. Or no, it's the other way. Sorry, it's the other way around. We will only allow the gigajoules to flow into this, which powers the base, if the heaters have already been powered. So we'll prioritize gigajoules coming here. Am I going to need 2 checks? I might need 2 checks on gigajoules, because gigajoules should only flow if megajoules are low. And megajoules will be low if we don't have enough deuterium gas? Is that what I want to base it on? Uh-oh. I gotta think through this again. So we basically always need this to be running, which means the megajoules should always get used first. So we only want to use gigajoules if we are low on heat from this, essentially. And another way to measure that, well, this is just going to be running constantly forever. Oh, but it won't, because tritium will back up. So once tritium backs up, then this will slow down, because the tritium output will be full. So yeah, we essentially just need to measure the heat. We're going to have to use maybe one of the heat exchangers near the end, and then we'll do a steam tank. And if that steam tank gets a little low, then we'll shoot some gigajoules in until that steam tank gets higher, and then we'll stop shooting gigajoules in. I think that's my idea. Is that a good idea? Yeah, this is a little tricky to set up because you can't measure the amount of plasma. If I could do that, this would be a lot easier. Is there not a magnetic containment tank? It would be really nice if there was. Why is this so hard to think about? So, can I measure with tritium gas instead somehow? No, because then that still takes a bunch of power to heat up again. I mean, I could do accumulators, but I would need a bunch of them. That's pretty similar to doing the steam method. But it might respond a little faster. If I have some accumulators on this power network that's only powering the plasma heaters and is only powered by this, then as soon as those accumulators get a little bit low, we shoot gigajoules in to this. But then the delay is pretty high because the heat takes a while. Yeah, there's just such a big delay that I'm worried about what's going to happen is it shoots so many gigajoules into this, and then that's going to last for so long that then we're going to stop getting enough tritium because this won't be able to get its megajoules out, if that makes sense. So I need that pump to like only turn on for a split second, or we need to be able to measure, because there's just too big of a delay, and it'll fill this entire thing with gigajoules, and there'll be so many gigajoules in here, and it'll, you know, it'll be capped out, so it'll only ever have gigajoules, it won't burn it all. And then we're going to stop getting tritium for a really long time, because this won't be able to run. These are the issues. Do I need another heat exchanger? Will that help me? I can just have another one. One that burns gigajoules and one that burns megajoules. But if the gigajoule one is 1,000, it's going to keep the megajoules from burning just the same. So I don't think that would fix it. I could have two separate networks entirely and do some sort of steam overflow. That would work. That might be my best method, because it doesn't require a crazy amount of tanks. We'll just power... We'll have some sort of steam network. I really wish these had a tank. A magnetic containment tank. That was smaller. And, yeah, it doesn't exist. Am I missing an easy way to do this? Because again, the key here is we want this fusion reactor to run constantly. Because the amount of power it produces will be always used by the plasma heaters. And only when we fill up on tritium do we want this to stop, which will happen eventually. And then it's fine that it stops. But we also, whether this is running or not, will need some of the gigajoules produced by this tritium power. We will need some of this gigajoule heat to flow on down to power the rest of what these plasma heaters need. And at that point, these plasma heaters need those gigajoules, so we need this power network to get the heat from gigajoules. But again, the issue is if I tell him, okay, send some gigajoules down here, then it'll send too many, I think. And it'll send enough to stop this for a really long time. Because, I mean, if it sends, like, we're talking hundreds of gigajoules, it'll power these for a long time by itself. And then we won't get tritium for a long time. And then we're going to have an issue. So, depending on how many pipes there are in the gigajoule path, it truly could cause us to not be able to craft because the megajoules will get stuck. And unless I prioritize two different heat exchangers connected to two different turbines, and we use the gas from the turbines from the megajoules first, I can't think of a way to do it. which is really messy. It's really messy. So we're going to have to make steam from both of these. Pump them into tanks. Thankfully, tanks can support 4 pumps, so we'll have, you know, we can do like a flow of like 6,000 steam a second. What's the total flow for all these? Well, we're gonna need 800, well, about 600 megawatts. So these each consume 100, so the flow here is 4,800. Okay, so we should be able to handle this if we do everything right with pumps. This is definitely trickier than I first expected, and we are going to have to end the video here. We at least have fusion power working, which is awesome. And heck, I can even replace this guy, and we can get a little more power going here. It might not have enough water, but it can consume some more heat. So that should give us some more megawatts. And then I need to... Let me go automate real quick those two, the high capacities, because we're going to need a lot of them. And unfortunately, they don't use the previous tier. I kind of wish they used 10 of the previous one, because we've already automated those, and those will all just get wasted, but that's okay, I guess. Stack size is 50. Yeah, that's too many. Stack size is 10. That's maybe not enough. I want 20 of those, which means 10 of these. And then we'll change this to 1 so that we don't have weird, like, you end up with 16 kind of thing. Okay, and now we want to do settings, mod settings, recipe amount. I'll do 2 recipes worth for that and 4 for that. And I haven't done a logistics bot dump in a bit. Let me go do that, and then we'll call it an episode. And in the next one, we will figure out our fusion tritium stuff. I'm still thinking there might be a better solution. I'll think on it more probably after I'm done streaming, because I just feel like there's a better solution out there than what I'm doing. But without being able to read directly the amount of gigajoule fluid in these containment pipes, I can't actually think of how I would do it. I can't think of how I would do it. I could create... Okay, the other option I thought of is an SR latch, which only pumps for like 2 ticks, you know, and then it waits another minute before it's allowed to pump, and by then the heat will have propagated through this version of it and will have caused, you know, the steam to create or the accumulators to charge. That's basically the same thing. We could do it that way. Is an SR latch with a short timer that allows a tiny bit of the power from this to come flow down here. And then I would have to do the math to figure out how much do I need, and that math will slightly change over time. It's probably fine if it's a little bit too much, but if I were to just connect it directly, it would be way too much. We'd have hundreds of gigajoules, and I'd run out of tritium, which would then depower the base. Yeah, it would just be a weird thing until this finally runs out of gigajoules, because I'm run out of tritium. The other thing is just make sure my tritium storage is big enough to handle more than the gigajoule pathway. So I could just add more and more tritium storage until it does work. I don't know. There's a lot of ways this could work, but I think I'm going to go with the separate exchangers with separate steam using overflow pipes. So anyway, I got to end it there. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.